Alright. Welcome back, as we are getting back into Rivalries Cup. Oh. Some interesting coffee discussion. Did not expect that necessarily. And just making sure everyone has coffee. Okay, good. Alright, so welcome back. This is game 3 of round 2 of Rivalries Cup, and today it looks like we're gonna have CharChar and Medusa on Aztecs and Spanish, respectively, and Mayans and Indians for Momo and Huni. I did not realize they would be in. Oops, my apologies. There you go. In non-Latin characters. That was not expected, but hey, here we are. So, I believe this is the first time we actually get to see Spanish and Aztecs, the Quetzalcoatl team. Although we've seen some other players practicing with it a little bit, so we'll see. I imagine we'll probably get more of it as we move forward. It's a very interesting matchup, right? Because Aztecs is, I mean, they were nerfed recently, semi-recently, I suppose, but still generally considered a pretty good overall civilization. But Spanish is very all-in on conquistadors. I mean, they actually have a pretty broad tech tree, but missing crossbow is such a big deal that usually they're kind of a YOLO just because of that. So we'll see if this is going to be into conquistadors or maybe just play some more typical like knight role. Aztecs can definitely fill the archer role well enough. They got the same thing going on as Sicilians, where they lack ring archer armor and thumb ring. But they still got very good eco, that might carry them a good bit, but against Mayans that might be a bit difficult. Now, I will say, I don't think Indians is going to do a lot here. I think there's potential to use light cav against any archers that might come out, but apart from that, I actually think Indians is not going to see a huge amount of play. I mean, Aztecs obviously, like, camels don't do anything, really. You'd be kind of better off, unless you're like really short on food, you're better off just making light cav in most situations there. And against Spanish, it's a little bit more complicated. Spanish get Paladin, Spanish get Hussar. They only get like the Knight line and the Scout Cav line, but they get both fully upgraded, which is pretty rare actually. Like Franks don't get it, Teutons obviously don't get it, stuff like that. So there's potential there to just play them as straight cav, but against conquistadors, camels aren't going to do a lot. Now, conquistadors aren't quite as good against camels as knights, I would say, just because knights, like, one of the really nice things about conquistadors is just that all that attack damage allows you to punch through, like, the armor of a knight. Whereas camels depend a little bit more on numbers, speed, and, like, just being a bit cheaper overall. And of course bonus damage. So I do think conquistadors are better overall against knights than camels, but they're still gonna do just fine against camels, I think. But that's all talking about like sort of more castle-ish compositions. I see a lot of Spanish open men-at-arms. I wouldn't think that's unreasonable. I don't think Indians are gonna open archers. Mayans are almost certainly gonna open archers, but they might very well open men-at-arms before that. Also, boots. Still hasn't got it, too. Oh my god. We had one of these in an earlier game, and yikes. One tile off. Where's Horse of Scouts? She's looking around the backside. It's really tough for this sort of stuff, because you're like it could genuinely be like here, it could be here, it could be here. Yeah. That's unfortunate. Gonna start blowing up already. I mean, it's Mayans. You can expect the walls to come up fairly early. Getting a lot of food chompage here for sure. Like that's just 11 on food under the town central alone, and that's another 4 over here. So I guess it's only 15 on food. Like it's not crazy, but it's a lot of meat. It's a lot of meat for Huni. No, they are pushing so far. I don't think. Oh, finally gets them. I would have been so sad if they didn't get them. I'm glad. Okay, a little bit of they're pushing for Medusa. The thing is, there's a Spanish. She's actually gonna be the first one up, which is, oh no, Sam. No, she's gonna be the first one up, which is pretty impressive for a Civ without an eco bonus. Okay, we're gonna see Aztec men-at-arms opening. Not a bad idea. Get that faster production. Start with gold. You don't actually need to do a gold mining camp if you don't want either archers or men-at-arms. Like, if you just want a militia, you can actually just... Oh, she cancelled it! Okay, so she might just immediately... Let's see. I would say she's going into archers, but she has so few on... She has a few on wood. Is she gonna go into eagles? I don't know about eagles. Oh, she's maybe that was a misclick earlier. I don't know. Ping over here. I don't know. Maybe as like an important hill. Stable up though for scouts, and Medusa's a bit ahead, so she's gonna have a potential run in here. People that like to say don't go scouts against Messicivs. Messicivs like to start men-at-arms, and that's not gonna do well. I mean, the men-at-arms aren't gonna do very well against scouts. Right now, Medusa is just being annoying, making sure that... oh my god, but Momo can't actually really use her villagers. Yeah, she's just gonna be like, okay, you know what? I'm gonna stop. Just have to dunk on the wall too. Yeah, okay. I mean, the important thing about this is that Medusa sees that this archer range is going up. So she might consider switching into some archer ranges here. Like, she's got second scout out now, but there's already a spear out. Getting into skirmishers is definitely a good possibility here. And CharChar is scouting the stable. She's up 2 now, getting some good food eco going, but okay, so she is gonna go men-at-arms. This feels late though. It's gonna work fine because it's up against scouts, but yeah, I figured I could have come in a bit earlier for sure. Some scouts are out now for Medusa. She could maybe pounce on this spearman, but if she does, like, there's just gonna be another spearman out soon enough anyway. She's no longer... Oh, she got one more out, but there's another spearman. 2 spearmen and 1 eagle against 4 scouts. It's not a great matchup there. But these men-at-arms... Oh, doesn't quite get in. Gonna do some good damage against... Yeah, gonna take down that scout. There's a little bit of a panic wall here. Let's see, is she gonna try to break through? She gives it a shot, but then just goes for the next bit of walling villagers here. Gonna get some good damage in. I mean, this is good in general. It might force Huni to switch off what she's doing, or it's gonna get Momo to come here. Oh, and this... Okay, she is anticipating this. She's sending the spearman forward, but it's a little bit of damage. And then just moves on. Again, it's just disturbing, forcing idle time, and moving on. And now she's going across the whole place and going over to these. I think these could have been quick wall, but yeah, Momo doesn't react quite enough. I think that's gonna be a dead vill. She just needs to keep on it. Yeah. Yes. Okay. 4 archers here. I mean, the scouts could take that, but not against the spears. So she just leaves now. I mean, it's already paid off. These men-at-arms are still in here, and like, in another way, I would say this is already paid off just by forcing these palisade walls, because it's gonna make this gathering so slow and so awkward. And looks like she's gonna get another scout! That's 160 food loss just on scouts alone! Well, this one might get picked up here. The others are going after a vill, so... yeah... I think this is gonna get cleared up now. At least scout cav down, the eagle's gonna go down, they're focusing down the scout cav, and gets that. So there's only 1 scout. Okay, there's now 2 scouts, but yeah, Huni lost so many scouts there. Like, at that point, it's not even just about the eco damage itself. There's just like a very good trade there overall. And skirms are coming out from Medusa, so I actually think Medusa and CharChar, they're doing well here. Skirms are coming forward, can annoy wall building. The question is... doesn't have upgrades yet. That's gonna be difficult. Because these don't have fletching yet either. The blacksmith is here, so we should be able to see when fletching does come in. Does not have the food for it right now. It's gonna just build a tower, like suck up that little loss and call it a day on this front. But that's not a small investment for sure. Just gonna be a little bit annoying here against this wall building villager. Don't think it was really worth it, but yeah, Medusa's done very well with the scouting information she's had. The spearman sent forward to just remind Huni that, like, hey, I know you're building scouts and I'm gonna counter them. She hasn't gone into anything quite yet to deal with the spearman, but she's going now to build a mining camp here, so we're probably gonna see either archers or men-at-arms. There are 4 scout cav here. I wonder if CharChar might not expect that. Is there a hole? No, not a hole there. I think she's fine for now. Gonna get a blacksmith, so she's probably gonna commit to archers. And with the amount of scout cav she has taken down already, that's pretty good. Kills a zebra here, Medusa does. A little bit mean. The zebra didn't really have anything to do with anything, but you know. I guess needs must. So now the skirmishers are actually more upgraded than the archers. You'll want to get padded archer armor at some point, but this alone is already good enough to harass. I think she's being a bit cautious there. She's seeing the numbers, and definitely Mayan archer numbers are pretty scary. But fletching's coming in now for CharChar! And so is it from Momo here. And these are 17 archers against 9 skirms who only have Razor. Which you might be able to keep up the pressure here. I just has to be really careful because this could be really dangerous. Wheelbarrow now coming in for both of them here on this side. Some reinforcements from Huni, and I think that's going to be enough to clear up these skirms. This is really dangerous for Medusa. She might be able to take a fight on the hill, but that's about it. And I don't think so. I think that's a huge loss. And now she's just leaving. Momo's just leaving. She's done here. She'll kill the scout. There's no need for her to do anything against the skirms. They're just gonna die to scout. So CharChar now has to do a lot of damage very fast, because Medusa's gonna have so much pressure on her. And there's a hole here. Oh, okay. Please move this one tile up. Yeah, the skirmishers are just gonna clear it up. There's a spearman here. He's not gonna live long. He gets off one poke and does actually take down a scout, so it's not as terrible as it could be. Medusa does now have padded archer armor, but she only has one range. She's going into second stable now. I guess she's doing it to block for now. I think it would be better to get another archer range going, because that's your main concern right now, is all of these archers. You need skirms. Another tower goes up here. It seems Momo and Huni are pretty particular to towers. But yeah, this is not a good spot for them to be in CharChar and Medusa. The game turned around very suddenly. She's gonna have to dance on the wood line now, just trying to make sure she doesn't get shot down, and she only has this other wood line to go to. Unless she wants to leave the safety of the walls entirely. I think... Yeah, so she's going up to castle, so I'm guessing she's just gonna try to make sure she gets knights out. But Momo is not far behind on getting to castle age. There's a small engagement here. So CharChar goes over here, and I guess this is the plan to try to alleviate pressure from Medusa. She's kind of everywhere. I will say CharChar is kind of everywhere. She just needs to find a spot to actually do damage. So with the watchtower on each side here, it's actually going to be more difficult than it seems. But yeah, these archers should help. Watchtower's going up, and they're using Spanish building speed here, so that should be pretty good, but I still think they're going to lose villagers here. That's one, but only two. But there's nothing blocking these from just moving forward. CharChar's moved in here now. These spearmen are scaring off any reinforcements from Huni. This is still a lot of archers to deal with in Feudal Age. Castle Age is here though. These are moving in, but CharChar is nowhere near. She hasn't even clicked up, and she'll be there soon, but she hasn't clicked up, so soon is pretty relative there. And it looks like Momo's just gonna decide, you know what, like, I'm in enemy base that's already in Castle Age, has 2 stables. It's probably best if I just leave. Chain bonding is coming in, but so is it for Huni. So maybe those camels are gonna get pretty well utilized after all. But this is a good surround. The knights are coming in here. And, I mean, Momo's she's gonna try to shoot, but there's not gonna be that much power coming out of it. Huni is throwing herself in here, but heavy cavalry is better than light cavalry when it comes to straight up fights. Honestly, that could have been a lot worse for Medusa, and now that she has knights, she has something to play around with. But, camels. Only 1 stable right now for Huni. Oh, 2 stables actually. So might be able to get a good camel mass going. Already has 3 of them over here. And another one back at home, with more coming. The question is, CharChar has a good archer mass, but she doesn't have crossbow, and it's gonna be a while until she does. more archers are coming in. With chain barding, I think if she mushed up her knights here, I think she could deal with this amount of crossbows. But it is a lot of crossbows and it's not going to be easy. I think she does need CharChar's help here. Some more knights are coming, but they have to be aware that camels are coming too. In the long run, Indians are kind of going to wipe the floor with everything that's on the map right now. CharChar has to, Medusa has to think at some point she can't stick to these knights. Unless they heavily punish Huni, they can't stick to these knights. This should be good though, as long as they delete palisades, or get ready to. She's losing the occasional villager, but it's not that bad. Losing some idle time here, but that's also not terrible. I don't really know what's going on here. They've kind of been dancing around here for a while. Okay, oh, is there a hole here? That's interesting. Yeah, camels are here now. With this numbers of crossbows with a camel meat shield, yeah, 9 knights can definitely take down the camels, and they could probably take down the 13 crossbows. Is it 12 crossbows? 13 crossbows. Individually. But together they form a very good combination. And that's... we're seeing camel damage against buildings, and it's pretty strong. And reinforcements are coming now, so that's up to 25 crossbows. Genuinely gonna start to thinking about a siege workshop or something to that effect. Eco is dead even right now. 4 vills ahead for Momo. Momo's team, excuse me. I'm sorry to break it in this at this moment, but I am gonna quickly fix this. Okay, cool. Archery range goes down. Knights are moving forward to try to be meat shield, but they are up against camels, so it's not great for them. I don't think CharChar has a university yet, so we are going to be seeing a lot of missed shots here. Just gonna try to focus this building for now, just make it more annoying for Medusa. And I mean, they have more crossbows here and better crossbows, cheaper crossbows, crossbows that can get better upgrades. The camels are coming in now, but that could be a mistake. Loses a camel and a little bit of damage goes down on the crossbows, but not terrible much. This is tight, but Momo and Huni have not managed to create that much damage going on to Medusa. She's not booming, that's the big problem. But CharChar is picking up the slack. They're on free TCs with Aztec Eco. Momo is looking around the edges here, trying to see where she can get in. Doesn't have obsidian arrows anymore, thank god. But can still be hella annoying with these siege camels. And certainly there isn't a lot that Medusa can do at this stage of the game, right? She doesn't get crossbows, so she can try making pikes, but as long as these guys are at all on the ball with their unit control. Oh, there's a hole, there's a hole, there's a hole. Oh no. I think this might end up being pretty okay for CharChar. I think she can take out some extra camels here if they're being isolated here, and with knights. Oh, this is beautiful! They've separated them. These camels are gonna die. They're trying to break out, but yeah, it's Spanish builders. Can't fuck with Spanish builders. Loses a few units here on the front. That looks like 3 crossbows and a knight. Need to start thinking about siege workshops. I'm very real about that. Siege workshops coming up over here, but I don't know if CharChar has the power to push this. Not without just letting Huni and Momo here come in and just kill Medusa. It's a good number of knights. I would like to see iron casting, I think. More knights are coming out, although I think this stable... yeah, that one's gonna get... it's a doubt knight. Camels are coming forward here. CharChar doesn't have them back home. She doesn't have crossbows back home. It's gonna have to bring them back now. And more camels are streaming over here. This is a difficult fight to judge. And CharChar's just losing so many crossbows here on the front. If the camels weren't there, Medusa could take this fight, but with the camels there, it's so much more difficult. And the camels get a pretty bad fight here, actually. CharChar's crossbows managed to get down a lot of them. Still no ballistics, and I don't think the siege workshop is doing too much. He's building a mangonel and a battering ram. I don't know about that, but this is a problem. I think it's box formation, by the way. So shout out to box formation. Oh, she didn't have bloodlines! Okay, well, I mean, that's a welcome boost to HP. An Imperial Age has been collected from Momo, and that amount of crossbows turning into that amount of arbalests with bracer chemistry. And 3 more archer ranges are going down. She already has 3 up by the looks of it, yes. That's the death knell for Medusa, I think. She hasn't been able to boom at all. She's holding and losing the occasional villager. But against that amount of actually Imperial Age units, I don't think there's anything she can do with these knights. Like, even removing the camels from the equation, those are just gonna get shredded. University's here, by the way. Ballistics is indeed in for Momo, and here comes CharChar to try to assist, but I don't think it's enough. She kinda had to pick a lane at some point, and she's starting to set up a siege workshop here, but she's already offered so much food and gold on that other siege workshop. House one's coming up here, but yeah, just Spanish villagers are no, they're still gonna die. Squires are coming in, as is scaling on armor, so there's an intended switch into eagles. That's a good idea, but I do think it comes too late. Arbalists with bracer and chemistry is gonna kill that. Maybe at Loddle, skirms could help, but then you just die to the camels again. Yeah, Medusa, I think she could have potentially afforded to throw up. Like, she hasn't been constantly producing knights. I think she could have afforded to throw up a TC on the back here somewhere. More damage on the stables, just making it more difficult for her to actually produce what she needs to. Kind of pushed to the breaking point here. There is a mangonel on the field. Another one is just came out. Momo is in imp. No one else is even clicked out. There's Arbalest, there's Bracer. Just waiting for chemistry to be clicked, and that should be a pretty scary army to fight against here. I mean, the camels alone could just take these knights now. She has a chance if she gets the Paladin, but I think that's very unlikely to happen. Oh, they just called it GG! They're not even gonna take the fight. Okay. I mean, I think when you look at this amount of Mayan are about to be Arbalests, there's not much you can do. You don't have a second TC to go back to. I would have liked to see a fight just to cap it off, but it's very understandable. That's where they just call it, honestly. So, Momo Huni takes up the first point for that game. And, okay. AoE2 is lagging a little bit, but yeah, we should be able to get into the game now. Alright, and if you all might be able to hear, because I think we've got a Burmese player. Just, might have to restart captured in a second. Apologies if so. It's been... I have noticed it does tend to slow down over more and more use. Alright, 1 second and I shall do just that. Alright, and we are moving back into it. So, welcome to game 2 of match 2 of match 3 actually, sorry, of round 2. We're back on Arena. It's the third time this map has been chosen as a home map. I waggle my eyebrows angrily at the people who choose Arena, but I accept that it is a valid form of play. So, this time around we've got, I think we got the same colors. We got CharChar here playing Slavs and Medusa and Cumans. I think, given the amount of deer pushing that has already happened, I think we're gonna assume a fast feudal into 2 TCs, but we shall leave that for now. Now Huni and Momo have picked up Khmer and Burmese, respectively, and we've seen this before. It was a pretty classic sort of game. I forget who it was that actually played it. They definitely won. Wasn't that Medusa and CharChar actually? I might be wrong on that. Either way, it's pretty understandable why these are picked on Arena, right? for those of you who don't know, Burmese Arumbai have been traditionally a very, very strong pick on Arena. Also, this is so much rotting. Oh my god. Oh, that's so much food going to waste. Don't look at it. Burmese are traditionally very strong in Arena just because they can get into Arumbai. Arumbai are one of few ranged units that can actually break down walls effectively. And their main weakness is archers, and archers aren't always super visible on Arena, I suppose. People tend to enjoy siege, monk, cavalry, tends to be the general idea, and all of those are things that Arumbai can deal with pretty well. So it tends to be a slightly delayed Dark Age into 2 castles, and then just producing Arumbai on 1 TC. And it works. It really does work, even after the nerf, which makes them not nearly as strong as that, because they've had their damage reduced, and, you know, because stone walls have 10 pierce, if they reduce it from, I think it was 17 or 18 damage before, and it's like 15 or 16 now. So it's a pretty considerable, when you account for the fact that 10 of all of the pierce damage is just lost, that's a pretty sizable percentage dip in their power. You're still probably one of the best. They're not the best. Janissaries still do better. I'm not sure if there's any other like archer type unit that actually does better. Conquistadors do less damage, but are more accurate and more much better at surviving. To put it lightly. Remember that despite the Burmese unique unit being a cavalry archer, essentially, they don't get leather archer armor, they only get the first one, as you can see up here in the top left. But yeah, everyone for now is just setting up everything they want, getting the boars, getting the bits and pieces, deer, goose, everything, and probably at some points relatively soon I'm gonna start camping out the map. Of course, Burmese, so Momo and Huni already know where the relics are. But yeah, the reason I think Burmese and Khmer are picked is not just because of Burmese, although Burmese is a pretty strong argument here for Arena, but Khmer are also very good. They can, in the late game, flood Hussars very effectively. They have some of the best farming, some of the best booming too, because they can skip. They can basically go directly from feudal to just research and castle. They don't have to build a blacksmith market, they can just chill, sit on what they need, and then build it as they actually need it, rather than actually having to build it to get up in H's. But they're having to go up against Cumans, which I think is another very, very strong civ here. We're seeing the early feudal age, not necessarily surprising for Medusa, we'll see how she utilizes it though. And it looks like CharChar is just gonna go on a pretty classic journey to Fast Castle here. Although it's actually pretty early to go on gold, isn't it? Is anyone else? Huh? I mean, I guess they're starting. My Fast Castle is so rusty. Maybe I shouldn't comment. Still, CharChar Slavs also definitely have some good stuff. Good stuff to say here for Arena. I mean, just having that extra farm bonus is kind of huge when you get to. You don't have to worry too much about like bonuses relating to hunt or deer or boar or sheep, and it's more so the later stuff, the stuff that kicks in around late feudal, early castle. That's the really important stuff. And yeah, 7 villagers popping down this second TC. We could have seen it one step closer here, but I mean, I think this is just fine. So let's see where she is able to take that. Horse color is coming in already, which is probably a good thing. She still has geese to deal with, and she still has a lot of berries actually. Yeah, it really helped getting all of those deer pushed in, for sure. So we're seeing CharChar come up pretty shortly after. Might be able to use, I'm guessing this is like a Slavic farm build. Using the power of those farms to actually get up a little bit quicker and from a little bit lower pop. Momo, if anything, is likely to go up a little bit later because it's a double castle build. Yeah, she's already on stone. I believe she wants 6 on there, and yeah, she's queued it up afterwards. Let's do the customary thing I always like to check in Arena. Has anyone researched Loom? It looks like no one has. Okay. I think in our last game we had one person pick up Loom before, which, like, I definitely get it. It's just kind of an instinct to do. But this time around it looks like we are limited to 25 HP villagers for now. TTCs for Medusa, definitely getting up there in terms of villager production. Everyone else has been in feudal age a bit longer, but these two went up quite early. She might be able to get up to what she needs, but she hasn't. Okay, she's built a stable, so I guess this build isn't a fast castle. It's like it's stables out to contest for relics, I guess. Looks like Black's coming up here, so it's not going to be a super late feudal castle, excuse me, by any means. She needs a bit more food, but that's about it. Needs to wait for the stable to finish too. But apart from that, she's pretty much good. Still hasn't taken these two geese, so I think she might have forgotten them. Loon coming in now, probably just to make sure that she has the time necessary to get all the food she needs. And yeah, Huni and Momo are now coming into feudal a little bit later, as mentioned. But that's also very natural for Khmer, who can just gather up all the food they need in Dark Age, and then just click the feudal. Once they hit feudal, click castle. Getting stables and blacksmith early. Yeah, neither barracks nor archery range set up, so this is what she wants. Oh, okay, just cut out one of the blacksmiths, or one of the stables, excuse me. We're not T90 here, we're not building two blacksmiths. Apart from that, just general scout fighting weirdness. Double bit axe coming in from CharChar, and she's not gonna be particularly late at all here. A lot of stone miners going on here. I'm always curious to see if Burmese try to castle drop, because I do think it's a genuine possibility to do so. Medusa is still in feudal age, still human booming away, and I mean, she's gonna be a good while ahead in eco. Already her team has 8 more villagers, despite the fact that Momo and Huni spent a little bit more time in Dark Age. We have 2 separate scout chases going on. One on each team is being chased, and one on each team is being the chaser. And it looks like CharChar might lose her scout here. Oh, no, gets away. Just fine. Now she's alone with Huni, who continues to chase, but there's a spearman! What? CharChar! Oh no, the tiger. Oh no, another spearman. Oh no, another tiger. Oh, it's a little bit messy. Just a little bit messy. We're here. There's another scout just trying to break in. Beautiful. Blacksmith's up, so she might be considering getting into next age soon. She has gotten a good amount of gold. I wonder if she has a plan for that. Because right now it seems like it'd be more useful to just put those gold miners on wood. Or... oh my god. I feel kind of bad for highlighting that as I did. But yeah, first castle coming up here from Momo. And I assume there's going to be a second one placed somewhere, but maybe she saves it for castle drop. It's not impossible. Medusa's looking to click up soon, so she's getting that market down. And elsewhere, CharChar is just building her farming community. Stable is up, making more like making a monastery. I don't know if they're aware that like there's gonna be a bunch of Arambai showing up. They haven't come out yet, and like at least they have better scouting. And definitely, Medusa's gonna be quite the economic powerhouse here. There's not even a second TC from Huni yet. I was really expecting her to do more of that, but she's going for battle elephants right now. I'm seeing most of the blacksmith upgrades right now, but I assume that's going to come in sooner rather than later. Padded archer armor, of course, coming out from Momo here, as is the second castle. If she, depending on how she patrols, she might spot that castle. Okay, so I'm actually 12. I could have sworn it was more than that, actually. But I guess that's the nerf, you know? It was a pretty heavy nerf, to be fair, which I think is reasonable. They can still definitely break through stone walls, though. And I mean, gates actually take 6 per shot, which is pretty solid for a ranged unit. The thing is, even here, like, she doesn't even need a run by to break through because we're getting so many battle elephants here from Huni. So we'll see. I mean, Medusa's got a lot of power here. Castle Age is coming in, Horse Collar coming in for Momo. It's a lot of farms without Horse Collar, but it's okay. It's not like a mad or anything. Yeah, the thing is, we're not seeing... Medusa doesn't have the stone to go Kipchaks. She could try to go into Cav Archers. They're not great with humans, because they get everything. Except for Bracer, which is by far the most important upgrade for Cav Archers. Just getting a preferred town center and a siege workshop. I don't know about this. I mean, sieges... If you can keep the battle elephants at the wall, they're okay. And it can be good to augment your like archers with siege when you're fighting a Arambai, because I mean they do tend to group up, but they do so much damage that it's hard to actually hold on to siege. Yeah, Momos is like they're just signaling back to each other. The elephants are coming forward, and here's the thing, right? You see these stone walls? They're unique. Humans can't build any more of them. So any further walling is going to have to be with walls, like palisade walls or other buildings. And yeah, the fact it just seems so cocky to go into a third TC against Burmese on Arena. And I mean, this gate is not going to hold up very well. Well, against a run by battle elephant, this is very aggressive. Both of them are playing 2 TC, or 1 TC each. Sorry, 2 castle run by. But I mean, it's a palisade wall. It's got extra oh, wow, this is gonna be a sacrifice. Oh no. I mean, she can get some damage raining down from this TC, but I don't think she can stop this. I just don't think she can. The Kipchaks would have been so useful here, or just camel archers in general. We're seeing anything from the, yeah, scorpions from the siege workshop, but I don't think that's enough. I think their runback can take them out from range, and I think the walls are just gonna break one after the other. This one's still open. They can get through here. There's currently a way to get through. Oh, yeah, they bashed it once. Okay, well done. Scorpions have a slight damage bonus against battle elephants, but it's not exactly impressive right now. And the mass is just moving further in. They're breaking everything in their way. CharChar is coming to help, but pikemen I don't think will be enough. A runby will tear the house apart. Scorpions is a good choice, but she's just so unprepared for this. They're in now. I don't think she can protect these scorpions anymore. And even if she could wall these battle elephants out, the runby are raining hell now. Single monk is trying to get on a runby. Nope. And these pikemen don't know where to go. There's too much to focus on. 1 TC all in. They're now on TCs back home because this aggression has worked out so well they can actually afford to do that. And suddenly the whole game shifts. Yeah, Scorpion's still doing some damage here. Like, it's not terrible, but it's not enough. Like, that's how it goes. Another Scorpion's up. Gonna do a little bit more damage, but Medusa calls the GG. The GG's flow in, Medusa taps out, and Momo and Huni take the game. Well, that was swift and brutal. Yeah, I think you need to be ready for a runby. The battle elephants, I mean, it's kind of 50-50 what Khmer go for. Like, they could have gone for archers, they could have gone knights and hussars, or light cavalry rather. There's no need for them to go elephants, but their runby you do have to be ready for. I think the 3rd TC was greedy. I think the 4th TC is madness. Yeah, these guys are scary. These guys are very scary, and you need to be ready for them. It's unfortunate definitely because Medusa and CharChar were gonna be. If they could have held this, I think if Medusa just had 1 castle and just started producing Kipchaks, I think they could have easily won this game because their eco was so good, and CharChar was setting up her eco. She was gathering relics. They could have done fine against this push, but it did have to be on Medusa. Because you don't want Slav archers. They get crossbow, they don't get bracer, they don't get thumb ring. I think they get ring archer armor. But yeah, that's not what you want really out of Slavs. Slavs could have augmented with scorpions, maybe a mangonel or two. But I think it was on Medusa to actually get out Kipchaks and or cavalry archers. Still, good game. Very good game. Again, swift and to the point, I suppose. Alright, thank you all for watching, and I will see you in the next one.